we have seen some chaos already in the women's basketball scene. Will we see even more this Thanksgiving? Hello, everybody. You're watching the College Sports Superfan, and we're going to be talking about number 15 Iowa State versus number 4 South Carolina. Very weird. South Carolina no longer the number 1 team. They got dominated by UCLA, who now is the number 1 women's basketball team in the country. I did not do very well in my women's basketball picks, let's just say that. Obviously, Notre Dame destroyed USC. A lot of you guys in the comments said, hey, you're sleeping on Notre Dame too much. And I did think that game was going to be close, but I was not correct. It was close in the first half, and then Notre Dame really turned it on. Hidalgo and Miles played fantastic, and then UCLA was just outdoing South Carolina from the jump. I thought South Carolina would maybe just barely survive on the road, and that game was not even close. So hopefully I do a little bit better with this prediction, that's for sure. Well, let's break this game down here and talk about it. This game is going to be in Fort Myers, Florida, so it's a neutral site game between the Cyclones and the Gamecocks. Which one is going to bounce back? Because keep in mind, South Carolina, they of course got dominated by UCLA on the road, but Iowa State's been very shaky themselves. Iowa State was ranked number 8 in the country. Then they lost badly to Northern Iowa on the road, and then they only beat Drake by just 2 points. That was a crazy game that came all the way down to the wire. So Iowa State took a tumble in the polls after that too. So it's not like they're exactly playing their best either. So let's talk about some of the numbers heading into this one. South Carolina, this is one of the keys to the game, is they have to find a way to be more efficient on offense, and they have to find a way to increase their free throw percentage. Currently, it's only 64.4% as a team. That's just missing out on critical points that's going to come up big in close games. The other key thing for South Carolina, though, that's a positive is offensive rebounding. South Carolina is rebounding really well on offense. They're averaging 18.3 offensive rebounds per game compared to Iowa State's 9.5 offensive rebounds per game. So South Carolina is very close to doubling Iowa State in that category. Getting those extra possessions is huge in the college game. Also, important note for Iowa State is their superstar center, Audi Crooks. She has been a star throughout her entire career. She's one of the best centers that I've personally ever seen play in the women's college game. I know a lot of people can remember back in the past, but I'm talking about recently. She is so dominant, and she's going to be a problem for South Carolina, especially after the way they just played against Lauren Betts, who absolutely dominated them. And again, the Gamecocks with no Camila Cardoso anymore, it really shows, that's for sure. And it seems like South Carolina no longer has that dominant center that's been such a key piece, like Aaliyah Boston as well in the past. It's been such a key piece of Don Staley's teams. So as a result of that, they got absolutely killed by Betts. Crooks is coming off of a 33-point game against Drake, and she had 22 points and 10 rebounds in the double-double performance against Northern Illinois in the loss. So she's been off to a hot start this season. The problem is Iowa State's been very reliant on her, in my opinion, almost too reliant on their star player, just like USC was with Juju Watkins against Notre Dame, for instance. Meanwhile, for the Iowa State Cyclones, this is not a good stat for them. In back-to-back games, so the Northern Illinois game and the Drake game, they have allowed over 30 points to the opposing team's star guard. In fact, Drake's superstar guard had 39 points. Again, they've been giving up lots and lots of points to guards, and guess what? South Carolina has a lot of great guards, but which one of them is finally going to step up and break through? They have Tahina Paopao, they have Tessa Johnson, Bree Hull, maybe Raven Johnson, who's been in a very slow start. Maybe she gets out of her slump. Maybe Malaysia Full-Wiley finally ends up in the starting lineup and goes off. Regardless, here's my prediction for this game. I think South Carolina is going to be the team to bounce back. It's just so hard to see this team having back-to-back losses, especially considering the fact that Iowa State also is not playing their best. I think South Carolina wins in a close one. I'm going to say it's a 3 to 4 point game. And one of these South Carolina guards is going to have a great game. Iowa State's been allowing great performances to guards, great offensive performances to guards all season. I think Crooks is going to dominate inside, easily have at least 20 points, maybe double digit rebounds as well against this South Carolina team. The Crooks can't play the whole game, and I think South Carolina is going to take advantage when she's on the bench. Their depth is still much better than Iowa State's, and I truly believe one of these guards is going to come in and have a great game and save South Carolina's squad, and they'll get a good resume boosting win. All right, thank you guys so much for watching the College Sports Super Fan. By the way, I have put out a video way in the past about the Maui tournament. You guys have probably been thinking, where's the video on the Maui tournament? It's one of the best early college basketball tournaments. Well, I actually made a video about the Maui tournament way back. It's one of my earliest videos on the channel. So if you go to the latest videos, you'll see it's like either the first or second video I've ever made on the channel. So go check that out. I might put the link in the description down below for you guys, but I already had a video out about the Maui tournament. If I have some time, I might make some videos about these other tournaments going on during Feast Week. If you want to watch more of this content, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you never miss any of my college sports superfan uploads.